Yeah. It's the Shizzle Show with your boy D Shizzle and my co-host. We stay rocking. Yeah. And we taking off.
Yeah. Welcome to another virtual episode of the Shizzle Show. I got a special one this week, man. This is fam right here. This is like fam, my real fam. You know, we have to definitely get at my young cousin. He is in his freshman year at Cincinnati University. He's playing ball over there, man. So we're gonna get at him from his college dorm. And I've got my other cousin, which is his uncle, Wade. Wade, how you wanna introduce yourself? How you want me to introduce you, cousin?
This is Uncle Wade. That's good. I mean, I've been known
cool.
That, so.
All right, cool. So we got Uncle Wade. No doubt, from Indianapolis, as well as my older cousin, which is and his wife, which happens to be Lil Mike's mom and father. Like I said, it was my older cousin. They're getting that from Indianapolis as well. And then I got my man Big Biz, you know, my right hand man, one of my brothers that I have with me in my business. We keep it moving. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Serge, Flow Ohio Radio there in Tampa. We still keeping it moving with these virtual shizzle shows. We still crispy, Serge?
It's coming in and out. Try to keep a low tone because I notice when you talk a little softer, it don't break up as much.
And did we lose Mike?
Okay, so talk.
Hello, Mike.
No, he's there, but I know Big Mike was there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Mike is with us.
Okay.
What's up, cousin? Big Mike.
Good to be on with you, brother. It's been a while. I'm having
Yeah, man.
kind of catch up.
Awesome. So cousin, first of all, man, let's take them back real quick. Let's take them back because these cats are actually my real cousins. You know what I mean? We could go back to Dukes of Hazzard and you know, we could take it back. I actually got a scar on my forehead, right? It's been there since I was a little fella when we was all playing in the living room and I got chased around and I slipped because I had on my little footies, and this used to be when the footies had a little different stuff on it. I probably had some G.I. Joe footies or something. I was chasing me around. I slipped, and at the corner of you guys' table.
Yeah, I remember that.
I hit my head, and I got that on my forehead, man. So I just wanted to start with that. As far as we go back. Because so my family, they come from Indianapolis, okay? And that's Indianapolis, Indiana. But when I was young, I moved away from there. So I happened to grow up in like New York and Germany and in California and stuff like that. I'll get to why I mentioned Cali in just a moment. All right. So my cousins were there, but I would go back and visit my cousins all the time when I was young. You know, I remember numerous occasions, y'all, that we did all kinds of different things, and we always had a good time. And I don't ever remember even arguing with my cousins. You know what I mean, Mike and Wade?
No, sir.
No.
Yeah, right.
I remember I first met you. Yeah, you was on a military base. I remember I first met you, me and John. And like I say, it was all love, man. You hopped out the house and you just started taking us on bikes. And we was like brothers since then, you know what I mean? So definitely, man, I always remember Cousin Dax, man. I always knew, you know, we always link up and be back kicking it, you know what I mean? So this is great to be full circle, everybody doing what they're doing, and be able to talk collectively on that in this situation right here.
Yeah, I just wanted to hit them just a little bit, give them that real history as far as, you know, for me and my cousins go back. Okay, so the reason why I mentioned California was when I got a little bit older, and then when my stepfather, he was stationed over in Cali. Mike, you guys have some family that's in California, in Ontario, correct? It's like an aunt and an uncle or something like that.
Yeah, correct. My Uncle Fred. I moved there from Indy to play.
There you go. Tell him, Mike.
Yeah, my Uncle Fred had moved to Cali, had a big job there. His wife was involved in acting and things like that. So I moved out to actually play junior college basketball in California, up at Victor Valley, which is probably no more than, 45 minutes from the base that you was at?
From the base, yep.
Yeah, yep. So that shit was
So
that was crazy.
Yeah, because I don't know exactly how we linked up, but you was playing ball, and I remember you had the brother Abel.
Yep, the homie Abel from New York. Yeah,
the homie Abel with the handles, and y'all was up in Victor Valley doing your thing. And I remember Abel cutting my hair and giving me one of my first Caesars.
Yeah,
crispy NY Caesar back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, brother. So that's what's up. And while you was over there going to college, that's when you met Nicole.
Correct. Yeah, that's how me and Nicole connected in Cali. But it was crazy because we reconnected. I don't even know how it happened, but it was just a small hint that Aunt Renee was on a base in Cali. So you had to kind of minimize.
And that's my mom, y'all. That's my mom he's talking about.
And this is when there wasn't no Facebook, there wasn't no Twitter, there wasn't all this social media now.
Nah.
It's just straight up like
there was none of this.
Seeing who knew who, and we ended up connecting in terms of that base. And our team, our college, actually ended up scrimmaging that base. Victor Valley scrimmaged the base team out there, and connecting. I was just driving back and forth and stuff. But we had scrimmaged that. Yeah.
So that was that they trying to scrimmage them.
Yeah, we scrimmaged. How ironic is that?
Okay, so yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, and that was a long while ago. How long do you think ago that was, Mike? Maybe
95
years, maybe?
94, 95. Yeah, 94.
See what I mean? That's 94, 95. Yeah, because I was young. I was still in high school.
Yeah. You was
in high school over there.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, so that's what it was. I was playing ball in high school. Cuzzo was playing ball in college, and that's where he met Nicole. They've been together all of these years. Boom, boom, boom. So it gets down to little Cuzzo. Yeah. So during all that time, little Cuzzo was made. That's why I wanted to give him a little history real quick to get to. Oh, now, all right. So we got Lil Mike. How did it start off with Lil Mike?
How
did it start? Go ahead.
The thing about it with Lil Mike, and obviously I got two boys, John and Lil Mike, but the thing about Lil Mike was, at that time, George Hill was pretty much my godson. He plays for the Milwaukee Bucks right now, and Little Mike, I'm talking about literally out the womb was being taken to all of Georgia's basketball games. He was literally born into high school, Indiana high school basketball. So you talk about a kid that literally, he was going to be people could talk about, I want my kid to be, do everything, fish, golf, football, basketball. It was established early that he was going to be a basketball. That's all they knew. And even at a young age, like 1 year old, he's dribbling literally around the neighborhood with a basketball, talking, looking around. He's handling the basketball like it's a bottle, like it was nothing to him. And it just, as he got older and George got older and George went to the NBA, and we began to really evolve in terms of just developing kids and work with other kids in the state. He was a product. He was a product of the George Hill, Mike Saunders vision of impact in Indiana. And we're blessed to not only have Lil Mike in college, but in the last 2 or 3 years, about 40 or 50 girls and boys also in college. So, it was it's a crazy ride.
So,
you know.
Real quick, so let's sprinkle that in. All right. So first of all, George Hill, NBA point guard George Hill, is one of my cousin's best friends. All right. So they grew up. Boom, boom. And you are the director of George's. Is it his AAU Academy or something
Correct.
like that? Break that down, cuz. Break that down real quick.
So when George first got drafted in 2008, his vision was to give back to the community, give back to kids, and he made it perfectly clear that he wanted to donate and help inner city, just kids in general, because we was always playing in the inner city, but I wouldn't necessarily say we were inner city kids, and we just built a brand, George Hill Rising Stars, G3 Rising Stars. I mean, it's a national brand now. We've won national championships. We played Under Armour, and since 2008, he's pretty much 100% funded everything. Boys, girls. I mean, he's sponsored kids to go to private schools. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's done above and beyond to continue to impact Indianapolis. Like I said, Mike and his group of kids that just graduated this past year. They were pretty much the seed that started that. They were pretty much the building block to, again, opening up 40, 50 kids going to college. You know what I'm saying? Like right now from Mike's group, obviously he's in Cincinnati, but we got like 2 kids playing D1 football at Iowa that's been with us since kindergarten. A kid at Miami of Ohio playing college football that's been with us since kindergarten. We got my niece, Trinity Brady. She's at Nebraska. She's been with us since 4th grade. So it's just been the fruits of George Hill and Mike Saunders and the families around us labor that has produced some very good kids on and off the court and on and off the field.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you said there was some football players as well. It doesn't just cater to basketball?
Nowadays, even some of your better basketball players, it's all about, muscle memory, reflexes, instincts, mechanics.
Being an athlete.
Kids can still do both, even in high school. And then it just becomes a matter of, okay, am I some of your mid-major basketball players actually can transition to high-major football players. Then it becomes up to the parents or the kids like, hey,
I did both and was able to excel in both. So,
so you got a kid that has
you can.
Big Ten for football, they might say, well, I'd rather do that than play mid-major basketball. So that's just a situation that comes about. And that's what happened with a lot of our kids. They were monsters in football and basketball, and they took the football path. You know what I'm saying? So,
and then you got brothers like Deion Sanders and a few other brothers that definitely showed you that you could do it in dual sports and be, and excel in both professional sports. So no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, that's the challenge we face nowadays with kids, because football is almost becoming year round. You know what I'm saying? Basketball now. So it's hard to do what we've grown up to do, where it's like, hey man, we're gonna play basketball from this time and then football from this time. Now schools and these coaches are like, they want you to play that sport year round, practice, train round. So it's a blessing when these kids reach that close to that finish line to make a decision for college, that they have multiple options. We've had kids that had opportunities to do full ride scholarships for football or basketball, and they've taken the academic route and said, no, I want to go to a Princeton or a Harvard or some of these other schools and just focus on that aspect of their life. So our vision is just to basically open up doors for these kids and just give them, you know what I'm saying, and just still make sure at the end of the day they're good people on and off the court or off the field.
How would a young athlete get involved with the academy?
How they get involved with George Hill in particular? Honestly, at this point, we're kind of transitioning. That's something that me and Wade have talked about. We're really transitioning in terms of how we're rebranding our stuff to really branch out and be more involved specifically with the community in terms of like different trades, different sports, because we are branded basketball. Like, we just can't run from that. And we've had so much success in basketball, we can't run from that. So we've actually talked a couple of months on how we can rebrand the name and rebrand the perception of us being a basketball organization. and kind of get involved more. Like, social media is going to help us a lot in terms of us talking about what we're trying to do. And ultimately, again, with different platforms, we'll be able to provide that information on what our vision is in terms of how we're going to take this program to the next level.
Yeah, like Mike said, we've been doing like a lot of talking about how we be more community based. I mean, a lot of times when we first started off, we caught lightning in a bottle. We had a perfect family. Mike and a lot of his close friends had a lot of good staff, a lot of great vision. I came into the early inception of it. We did a lot of community stuff in the beginning, kind of primarily to kind of bring awareness and raise funds for the organization. But now we realize now that we have a lot to offer the community. Our name is out there. We're not, like Mike said, we're nationally recognized. So now it's like we talk about offering a lot of vocational training, what we can do to build the community up, to repair families, to stop inner city crime, and really trying to hone in on what we can do to help out the community. But on top of that, we still want to go back to offering basketball programs, leagues, and tournaments, and have community-sponsored teams. And from that, I think we'll bubble up, and restart that whole model where we had a young team of kindergartners and bringing them back up to boom, they're full-scale high school players ready to graduate and get full-ride scholarships. So we have a formula, and I think we're just going right back to what we did back in 2010.
Yeah, you guys have been nationally ranked high for numerous years, I've seen. Like, it's always been a very prestigious academy for the kids, man, for the ball players, man. Y'all been up there. So, yeah. I seen little Mike yawning, man. We need to get him on. But we had to talk about it, man. We had to tell him about everything real quick. So what's up, bro?
I'm good.
How you doing? Your
good,
first year of college.
Yep. It's good. It feels good, Just been having workouts every day, 2-a-days, and just trying to connect with my teammates, really, and trying to connect with the coaches. But, it's a weird time with the virus going on, so I ain't really getting the whole college experience.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, man. Like,
yeah, keep going.
So do they have you guys going to class? Are you going to class, or are you doing virtual class on your dorms?
Probably virtual. Virtual classes.
Well, school hasn't started yet, so it will be virtual classes from the dorms.
Yeah.
So what about as far as you going out, say you got to go eat, or you got to go to the library and stuff like that, so you can move out, you can still move out and about, but you got to like have your mask on, but you're just not going to school? How is that?
So if you want to like go eat out, you have to wear a mask. That's how Ohio is right now. But I've really been door dashing a lot. Okay. Like having a lot of food gets in here. I spent so much money on DoorDash. I kind of need to chill out on that. But other than that, I mean, yeah, you can go around and stuff, but you just gotta be safe because the virus going around, and one of my teammates actually got it, and he was really sick from it. And two of my other teammates had a quarantine because they was his roommate. So it's real. It's real. So you just gotta be careful.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to hear about that because not many people know how college athletes, basketball players are dealing with the COVID and everything right now. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you telling us that. So Mike, I want to take it back, man. What got you inspired to want to play basketball? Pop says you've been doing it before you even knew. What was it about basketball, bro?
I mean, just like how my dad said, like, I kind of was just raised into it. I don't really know what inspired me. It's just kind of like, I feel like basketball is a part of my life. Like, I don't really know anything else besides that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I mean, I'll say George inspires me to be great, seeing him since I was like, so young and seeing where he's at now. But other than that, I mean, I just always play basketball. So, that's really it.
It's strange.
I bet you that did feel like a little different being there, being able to see George as an NBA player and going to the games and feeling that kind of energy. I know that kind of helped out with the inspiration as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you've been going to games since, Mike said, since you was little.
Yeah, they said since he was in high school. I don't really remember that. But, like, I remember when he was in college a little bit. I was probably like 3, 4.
See?
And, yeah, seeing him in the league now. So, yeah, I've been around it for since I was born.
See, that's why I think it's a little bit different.
That's what I tell you.
He saw George at 3 and 4 as he could recall. But like Big Mike said, like myself, I tell people all the time. I remember seeing Little Mike on his back as a baby, flipping the ball in the crib, and I'm not even. That's not. I'm not joking about that. It's like he came in thinking basketball. It's like we have all these support around that's make like a perfect storm. But it seems like he's like self-driven when it comes to the game, from the jump. It's very odd. I mean, as a little kid, bouncing the ball.
And that's a lot. You said self-driven, man, because it does, like, just like with Michael Jordan, with his sons, they play ball, but they haven't stayed playing ball. He has to be inspired to want to carry on and really keep it moving with the hoop game. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. That's awesome. You've obviously been inspired and done so. Man,
it's funny. Hey, Dak.
Go ahead, Mike.
It's so funny because me and Lil Mike's biggest debates is who's better between Kobe, rest in peace, and LeBron. And this boy don't understand. Like, he was literally raised under Kobe Bryant. Like, literally, we would watch Kobe. Like, you pull up jerseys, he's wearing Kobe. And like anytime he's hurt in a high school game, I'm sending them quotes from Kobe. Kobe would do this. Kobe would do that. There was a game where he almost found like he had like a bronchial infection one game, and he literally had to be pulled out of the game. But like before the game, the whole speech was about what would Kobe do? What would Kobe do? What would Kobe do? So it's just crazy. But that Kobe and George was pretty much his whole training, my whole philosophy. Basketball player, but he loves LeBron James, and I can't win an argument about LeBron to save my life. I don't even bring it.
Now let me put you up on game, young pup, because I love Bron, right? I love Bron, but you cannot compare Kobe and Bron. You can't do it.
No.
It comes from this is kind of a different era. If you're going to compare, and I don't think there's anyone you can really compare Kobe to, but Kobe tried to emulate Michael Jordan.
Right.
So if anybody on a comparison or anything like that, it was Kobe trying to emulate MJ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't think there's a comparison. Bron is Bron. Just like how you, from the back in the day, you can't compare, Larry Bird with Magic Johnson or Michael Johnson, Magic Johnson against Michael Jordan. Each player had their own awesomeness. And that's how I think you got to let it just be of today. Bron is awesome, and Kobe is just super awesome. It's just what it is. There's some of it, but I don't think you can compare them. I don't know why they do that so much these days.
There's different positions too, though. You got to think yeah, they're not playing the same position.
Right. Yeah, that's a conversation too.
It's almost like that's the era we live in now. Like people can't, and I'm not saying me and Mike debate like that, but in general,
no, it gets serious because you were the commentators on ESPN and everybody going at it. Go ahead though.
No, you're right. I'm just saying it's almost like you give somebody some love. But it's almost like you give somebody too much love. People take it as if you dogging somebody else out, or it's always debates, and it's just. I think sometimes that's the culture that we kind of what I'm saying? You want to take away people with Jordan. People just forget the success that he had. That he was so successful that it became norm, and it's like the stuff he was doing was not normal. Winning 6 championships. 6 for 6 in a fight is not normal, but his greatness became normal, and that's where we get twisted up. Where we're like, man, when you're living in that moment, man, it's something special. When you're witnessing the stuff that LeBron does or Kobe does, when they're in their moment, it's something special. So let it be what it is in their moment, Kobe's moment, Jordan's moment. You know what I'm saying? Because they're all great moments. Instead of saying, well, Jordan moments was great, but LeBron's was great, or Kobe. It's like, let it be great, man. Let it is.
You know what I call it, Cuzzo? I call it the awesomeness. And there's room for awesomeness from everybody doing what all they do. Just let the awesomeness be the awesomeness. Kind of off of what you were saying. Just let the awesomeness be the awesomeness. You can't compare the awesomeness.
Right.
It's just in the same category as being awesome.
Yeah.
So let Jordan be awesome. Let Kobe be awesome. Let Bron be awesome, and every other player that's awesome. Because shit, I love KD. Man, I love Kevin Durant. I like Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? I like Russell Westbrook. So there's other cats that I like too that I think are awesome.
Yeah.
You know? I like Damian Lillard. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to see Melo killing it still with the Portland Trailblazers. I think he's awesome. You know what I'm saying? So I like your boy Atimba Tumbo, however it's pronounced his name. I think he's awesome. So that's just everybody that has their awesomeness and just give them their props. You know?
I mean, if you get to that level, if you get to that level, in my opinion, you're great. If you get to that, there's only like 100-some players in that league. You know what I mean? You're like one of the top players in the whole world. You know, so just to get to that level, you're great. You know, you're great already.
You're awesome. If you're awesome, you're awesome. That's just that's what it is. So I would suggest to athletes to worry about all that comparison and tap into your own awesomeness to see how much awesomeness you can bring forth to the world and in your sport, in your craft.
Shizzle, I wanted to ask Michael a question about who he patterned his game after growing up, because I think that kind of reveals his style of play for people who haven't possibly seen him play. I'm kind of curious.
He mentioned that, though. He did mention that. He mentioned Kobe and George Hill. Those was his two top. But go ahead. You might have, go ahead. You want to elaborate on that more? You know, Mike or Lil Mike?
Yeah, that's a good question. So like I watch a lot of players, especially like a lot of point guards, and one person that really stood out, like I feel like I kind of play like, is John Wall. The reason why I say John Wall is because
John Wall's hard.
Yeah, the way he plays is how my game is. Fast paced, hard nosed, trying to, get out in transition and stuff like that. He can finish with both hands. He can go both ways. And you know what I'm saying? You gotta respect that. And then, when he get going, when he starts hitting, he's literally unguardable. And that's how I feel when I'm hitting, like I'm unguardable. So I feel like John Wall is a good comparison to me.
I think so too.
I like his demeanor too.
Westbrook's game is well, Lil Mike.
You said who?
Russell Westbrook.
Oh, Westbrook too. Yeah, he more athletic. He way more athletic though. But yeah, Westbrook for sure too. I watched a lot of his highlights too.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah, D Rose. Yeah, D Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
That attacking style.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Biz. You was gonna say something, Biz.
No, the reason I asked that particular question because some people watch tape on before their time. Like I grew up in that Magic Bird era, but it's hard to find those old tapes. But now with the internet, you could go look up those games with YouTube and really kind of just expand and study. And I was wondering, did you study anything on people before your time using the internet and stuff like that as well? Because older generations didn't really have that.
Yeah, I watched Isaiah Thomas, Pistons. The way he played, he was a dog, especially defensively. That's someone I really try to base my game defensively on, and also the way he played hard offensively too. So I watched Isaiah Thomas, like Gary Payne too, another hard nosed guard. I watch a lot of guards for sure. So probably them two though.
So what's the word on the season in terms of how it's going to look for? They may not have made all those choices, but what are you hearing up there as far as the college season starting or being delayed, or what's the word right now on that?
So there's a lot of rumors going around, but the main one I've been hearing is January is probably the earliest that we're probably going to start, but they really haven't came out and said that yet. Okay. Because like you see how football is, that's all over the place. They probably not going to have a season. I mean, a lot of them already said they're not going to have a season until like the spring. So like that kind of, that pushed us back. So they said January, but even then we don't even know like how we're going to be able to play. And, I don't see us having like a bubble like the NBA because it would take too much money to do that and put all of us in like a bubble like that. There's too many D1 teams. You know what I'm saying? And they don't pay us, so they can't fund all of us like that. So, and then So, like I said, when my teammates got corona, so say he got corona during the season, he'll be out like 10 games. You know what I'm saying? And it'll affect the team too. If he was with us and he got it, we all have to quarantine, like stuff like that. Like it's real tricky. The only way I feel like we'd be able to play is if we actually like get a vaccine. Like for real, that's the only way to be safe, to be completely like sure about it. Because it's just there's too many variables that can go wrong. So that's what I heard is January, probably. Yeah.
And usually the season starts in October, right? November.
Yeah, like November.
Yeah.
Our first game's supposed to be
It would be like preseason. You guys will be playing some games now, though, like scrimmage games and stuff, right? Now.
I mean, not right now. Probably like October. It would be like early October.
Okay. But
Yeah.
you said you guys are doing 2 days now.
You said what?
You said you guys are doing 2 days now?
Yeah, we've been training 2 days.
Still practicing, still keeping it moving.
Yeah, we're still practicing. Yeah, we're still working for sure. We were still practicing like the season gonna start November 6th. That's what coach wants us to do. He wants us to have a mindset is like the season is still gonna happen on time. Okay. Because he said the worst thing we can do is be unprepared. So he said just keep having the same mindset as if we're gonna start November 6th and just keep working, just stay mentally there at all times. So
I can dig it. Mike, what are some of your favorite aspects of playing ball, man? What do you like to do the most on the court?
I think my favorite thing is like I like road games more than like home games. The road games would be like I like hostile crowds. You know, they be talking crazy and stuff like that. And then like when you start getting buckets and then they start shutting up and stuff like that. Like, I like stuff like that. And then also I just I like leading my guys. I like, you know what I'm saying? I like when we're all, playing together, you know what I'm saying? Getting stops on defense, we turn, you know what I'm saying? We all locked in together. Just, I just like when like as a team we have momentum, like we're just playing together. Like that's what I really like when we hooping. So.
And then, so how was it in high school? Because you went to Utah, to Wasatch Academy over there, right? How was that?
It was different. It was different, sure. It wasn't a lot of bus out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it was weird. And, the town was like probably like 500 people. Like, 500 people. So you basically knew everyone there. And then the school was in like the middle of nowhere. And only thing there was basketball. So that like you had no other choice but to lock in. That's the one thing I give it is there's no distractions. Like you there to hoop. There's school and there's hoop. There's nothing else, literally. So it was definitely fun, like for sure. It was definitely a great experience for me. Got to travel, outside the country too a couple times. So that was crazy. So yeah, that was definitely saw that as a blessing to be able to do something like that at a young age. So.
And you guys had a pretty good record over there the years you were there. You guys were pretty good.
Yeah, my junior year we was 26-4. We ended up number 5 in the country. And then my senior year we was 27-2, and we was going to be the number 2 team, but the national tournament got canceled because of Corona. So yeah, that was tough. But
I know.
It'll been a crazy year this year. It's been crazy.
Crazy. Number 2 team.
Good poised.
And look, so what year was it after your junior year that you went to Steph Curry's camp?
Yep. After my junior year.
What was that over there? Because in the advertisement, I posted a picture with you and Steph. So how was it going to his camp, and did you get a chance to play against him and, chop it up with him a little bit? How was that experience?
Man, my team was the only team that didn't go against him. Like, man, everybody else went against him except for my team. I was kind of like disappointed. But other than that, man, the camp was just from top to bottom. I mean, it was just amazing. Going against the top kids, every day. And then also being around Curry, I would definitely watch Curry highlights. Seeing him in the finals going against Brown and stuff like that. And then the fact that I'm literally right here playing with him. He literally, there was one cool moment when it was me and him like one-on-one. Like he was telling me how to do the drill. and just him showing me was kind of just like, man, it's crazy. Like it's really like Steph. Like, that was yeah, that was tight. Yeah, that was tight. But like in the moment, like I wasn't like acting like a fan though. I was like acting like cool, like you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Like afterwards, I'm kind of like, man, that's Steph Curry. Like, yeah, it was crazy though. But nah, the experience was crazy. I definitely enjoyed it for sure.
And you got to go up to, was that in Oakland? Then you go to Cali?
Yeah, Oakland, yeah.
Yeah. And got some free Under Armour sneakers and all that stuff?
Yeah, oh yeah, they hooked us up. Gear, shoes, all that.
So Mike, I got a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So have any famous alumni from Cincinnati like come by to holler at y'all or to give any encouraging words? Because a lot of people, like Nick Van Exel went to Cincinnati, right? Kenya Martin. Like, have any of those people come and like just encourage you guys or come by and talk to y'all since you've been there?
I know. Who talked on the Zoom? I can't remember his name on the top of my head, but I know one of them talked to us over Zoom. But not a lot of them. I haven't talked to a lot of them yet, but I know later on, when I here longer, they'll start coming around. But yeah, we had a lot of dogs come through here for sure.
But
so
Yvonne, no Knuckles. I know you've reached out with.
Yeah, him.
Okay.
Who was it, Cuzzo?
Deontay Vaughn. He's actually from Indianapolis and went to Cincinnati. They call him Knuckles.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we saw a lot of the homies when we went on his visit. A lot of the alumni came out, put him to the side and stuff. James White. Yeah, there's a couple of guys. You know what I mean? It was like, it's pretty cool. I probably know him more than he would. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You kind of do that.
Hey, little Cuzzo. Mike, what made you choose Cincinnati? Because you had a few schools that you could have signed your letter of intent with, brother. What made you decide to, pick that school?
So I feel like the head coach, no doubt, Coach Brennan. So I've known Coach Brennan since I was in 7th grade, and he was actually at another school called Northern Kentucky. It's a mid-major D1. And he was the first one to, like, see me and just be like, man, like, I have potential. Like, he seen it from day one. And then he always felt like I was the point guard for him. So, like, he offered me when I was, like, probably 8th grade on freshman year, something like that. And he just always said from day one that I'm his point guard, and he always believed in me. So, but he ended up coming to Cincinnati last year. And as soon as he got the job, probably like a week later, he called me and was just like, you're the first player I'm going to offer. You know what I'm saying? I told you from day one what it was. I want you to be my point guard, and he really feels like he can win championships with me. So that was really important to me. And also, my dad always told me that having a relationship with the head coach is the most important thing. So,
yes.
So when I ended up going to visit, in June last year, saw the campus and stuff like that, I just kind of felt like it was a no-brainer when I ended up like leaving and just thinking about it, like really, and it's just like there's no other school more perfect for me. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the school for me, and it was just easy. It was no brainer for me.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So little cuz, man, so when you go to the NBA, bro, you gonna stay in school like again?
I don't know. That's a goal, though.
Knew that question was coming. Knew that question was coming.
Yeah, I know. Hey, that's the goal. We'll see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mike, so how tall are you, Cuzzo? Tell him how tall you are.
I'm 6'1".
Okay. 6'1".
I see why you watching who you watching, because those players you named were around that height.
Yep.
Yeah,
of course.
that makes sense.
The crazy thing, he's got like a 6'7" wingspan.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's the variables that they all look at. Wingspan's like a +6. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, Mike, what's George's wingspan?
Shit, he like 6'3" with a 6'10" wingspan or something like. Same type of same type of variables. Long arms.
Yeah. And I think Mike's still growing too. He's still got some more inches to grow at, right? For his doctor.
Yeah, he's not done.
I'm not done.
Would you say George was what, 6'3"?
I think he's like 6'3", but his wingspan's about 6'9", 6'10". About 6'10".
Yeah, with him long and long. George, you could deep food. I was just talking about George earlier, man. Man, George is solid all the way around. He's always been solid. You know what I mean? Good shot. Can play D. Smart. Doesn't turn the ball over. Can execute the offense. He's always been a solid point guard, regardless of whatever team he was playing for.
Right. That's why a lot of these kids, and obviously we joke about it, but we're like, they all want to get to the NBA. But the question is, can you get there and stay? And can you be a professional? Exactly. That's the game. That's the goal. Because there's a whole lot of people that get drafted, a whole lot of people that get a tryout, and then they're gone. And that new wave of people come. But can you be a professional and have a career as a professional basketball player? So everybody want to get to the league, but do you want to be a professional? And George has mastered being a professional. He's put himself in a position where he can go to any team and play any role and still be impactful. And, I mean, that's a kid coming from IUPUI who initially they thought he was going to the draft to be a practice dummy. You know what I'm saying? And he figured it out. He knew, from jump, playing with the Spurs, he had to learn how to play defense. He had to know how to hit corner threes. And he just continued to have his game evolve. And now he's in the league. I think it's like his 12th, 13th year in the NBA.
And you always see him in the playoffs. They want that kind of player, solid all the way around.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, Zach, do every single thing, every aspect on that court. And like Mike said, off the court, he shows professionalism. That's what all those come together and make longevity for you to stay in the league.
That's real, Cuzzo. That's real. Yeah. And what I said is that's a hundo, man, because you can get to the league and you can be all the talent that you want to be and great, but can you be a professional and develop your game and keep it moving how you need to do at that level? That's very important.
And that's very important. That's one of the things we try to educate the little homies on in Indianapolis. It's like, in the age of social media, it can get crazy and everybody has what they like and so on and so forth. But you got to understand it takes a team to raise these young men. And I noticed that even with George coming up, and we try to do the same with Mike, it ain't always about like just your mom, dad, cousins, uncles, that you gotta present yourself where everybody will show an interest in you. Everybody will invest time, money, and their knowledge of life into you because they see you on the right track. And people, and that's why I try to tell, like I said, the young homies, like when you go to school, interact with your teachers, thank your teachers, talk to your principals, talk to your counselors, hold those type of conversations. I know kids talk the slang when they with each other, but be articulate when you're talking to adults and don't just because again George was an inner city kid from the heart. I mean, his whole family grew up in the inner city. You know what I'm saying? His background is crazy, but he learned how to interact with everybody. He hang out in the suburbs. He hang out with the rich people, the poor people, the single families, the full families. Like he was a kid that had literally the whole state pushing for him to be successful. And that's what a lot of these kids got to understand, man, because at the end of the day, like there's so many kids that want to be professionals. We still also preach use sports to get you that free education, because education's key. They can't take that from you. But through that whole process, man, you got to make sure that you handle your business on and off the court. Like I said, that's why Mike, that's what I learned, what I'm saying, through the process with George, watching guys like Kobe, what I'm saying, people like Jordan, and actually just being 100, just watching my grandfather. My grandfather had insurance agency since 1977, minority black-owned insurance agency that we're still running today. He's one of the few black people that I used to see every day go to work in a suit. What I'm saying? See that.
I don't mean to cut you real quick. Is that the one? Remember when we was little, we used to go to that big old blue and white house?
Yeah.
And we used to put like hide and go seek in the back.
Yeah.
Is that the crib? And Reggie, your cousin Reggie, that's his dad, right?
Yeah, that's my
I remember that crib y'all went to go to. I remember that. I didn't cut you off. I just wanted to sprinkle that in there. Go ahead, cousin.
But again, you don't know all this. You see it, but you don't understand how powerful it is. Again, a lieutenant colonel in the Army. You know what I'm saying? A retired lieutenant colonel that's running an independent Black-owned agency from 1977 to 2020. You know what I'm saying? A man that came from wearing a uniform where everybody respect you to wearing a suit and tie every time you go to work. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that and you look at how society is, again, for a lot of our young Black males, you try to instill those things. You know what I'm saying? You try to instill how to be articulate, how to respect everybody. And you know what I'm saying? And most importantly, how to make sure as you coming up, you help bring other people up. You know, don't try to dog somebody else out for you to elevate. You know, you should be elevating and bringing other people up under you. So them are the type of things like, again, when we say like, well, Mike, he didn't really know that he was pretty much putting this basketball lane. It wasn't just putting the ball in his hand. It was like teaching him the other parts that are just as impactful as him scoring buckets, dropping dimes in a game. You know what I'm saying? It's about the people that's watching you from a distance like, I like that kid. He's got a bright future. Pull him to the side, dropping jewels. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That's what pushes you towards. Like I said, it might not necessarily push him towards the NBA or whatever, but it pushed him towards being successful in life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's really the vision, man. We don't know what's going to happen with this basketball stuff, but we just know the right way. You know what I'm saying? That it should work out for him. Stay away from the drugs. Stay away from the bad influences. You know what I'm saying? And utilize your gift that God bless you with to get that education. They can't take that.
That's true. That's one thing my brother Biz did. Was take his basketball experience, but he got his education. He got his education in, I'm trying to say, he got his degree and took advantage of his education there. That kind of let the athletics pay for the education, you know?
I actually had a question for Mike because
that's a vehicle.
Yeah, it's definitely a vehicle, but the mindset, like having played Division I sports, I wanted to ask you, Mike, in terms of overseas, obviously people want to go, directly to the league. What are your thoughts about the overseas experience? If that was part of your journey, how would you feel about that on your way towards it? What would be your thoughts?
That's definitely something that I could look into, because there's a lot of guys that are elite that are overseas, a lot of guys, and I don't really see that as a problem going overseas as, part of my journey. Because, you get to experience a different culture, a different type of basketball, a different type of style. So that's a blessing in itself to be able to go over there and play the game that you love. So I don't see that as a problem at all. But, obviously the league is the main priority. But overseas, no, that definitely can be an option for sure.
Okay. And the only reason I asked that question, because I know my mentality, I don't want to date myself too much, but one of the cats who I played with, they played in the league for about 10 years. Went the second round. This is back when went with Chris Webber with the Sacramento Kings. That's where he got drafted back in '98. But I know that our mentality was sometimes you're so focused on one thing, you don't see the opportunities around you. Like the league, we didn't see anything. It was league or bust. But the overseas option provides a lucrative and potentially relationship building opportunity to possibly come into the league being more proven and get more money. And I wasn't sure how you felt about that. So I was encouraged by what you said about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see it's more prevalent today. You see a lot more of the league going more global. You see a lot of kids have more opportunities to either do a development league. Even the NBA is trying to do more aspects as far as creating their own league. So I think a lot of kids, that's great. A lot of kids would be more encouraged to do more things international or take their own initiative as far as the work career path to get them to the top.
Right.
So yeah, that's a very good point.
And I remember for how it was with us in high school, man. We wanted to go D1. Wasn't trying to go to D3, D2, man. It was about going to D1. You know what I mean? So if it's that kind of,
But see now, even more. Yeah, now even more. Now JUCO is like, yes. Yeah, like even with football, it's like if I can just get to a school that offers me anything, that's just another avenue, another door open for me. So yeah, people are embracing that more now. D1, D2, JUCO, mid American teams, mid college teams, things like that, international. Yeah.
Hey, so Wade, you work with the academy as well with George Hill's the All Stars.
Right, I'm more back office. I'm more in the weeds as far as doing a lot of social media, doing a lot of program development. Like Mike stated, as far as we're trying to get back into more of the community-based programs that really touch the community on a level that kind of is more tangible, offering programs, offering things that benefit the streets, that benefit the kids on an individual level. Like Mike stated, we see a lot of things going on in inner cities and just inner cities as a whole with regards to education and crime and what's being offered, what's not being offered. So we want to be able to provide with all our know-how, all our notoriety, offer programs, whether it be vocational training, the new age, technology, coding, even the old school, whether it be automotive, whether it be construction, be plumbing work. We want to be able to just give kids more diverse things to do in this day and age. So we're just trying. I do more of this. Yeah, give them an opportunity like we made. Whether you go to college for on scholarship, we're just trying to open doors. And so what I try to do is I just try to, for me primarily to serve as just Uncle Wade. I want to be that. I want to be able to enjoy Mike's life, as an uncle. I don't want to be someone who's a fan of basketball or just trying to support him on a business level. I want to be able to be there and enjoy what he's doing and be a support, a backbone for him when he needs support. But I just try to that, Yeah,
You have been that way.
Right. I just want to be consistent on that level, and then, like I said, I with the organization, we just really trying to grow it. And like I said, we caught lightning in a bottle back in 2010. Mike had a vision. Him and George had a vision, and then you went into this great family of kids, and they all been together since this point in time, and we've grown from that with multiple teams. And it's like you don't want to lose that. That group, that crux can actually bring something great to the city, and maybe even beyond that. And so I just try to I look at Mike's vision and what he's trying to do, and I just try to support that as best I can, pretty much.
Lil Cuz, I see you walking around. Show me your dorm room. Show me your dorm room, homie.
I got you. So I got a lot of jerseys hanging up from the years. You know what I'm saying? Okay. My George Hill jerseys. That's from the Curry camp right there. And I got some other jerseys. That was from like 3rd, 4th grade, 5th grade. We were playing the Under Armour circuit this last year. And some other jerseys from the Under Armour circuit. Some other George Hill jersey. And then, I got to have my brother on here too, George. And then I got a picture of LeBron and Kobe right here. Another jersey. And then I got this big poacher right here that my mom made for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nice room.
Mom, man. Much love to Nicole. Mom's, man, she holds you down.
Yeah, mom hold it down.
No doubt. Right there. No doubt. So I want to shout out to Nicole. And like I was telling Biz before when I was saying, like, I'm talking to you, bro, like, hey, my little cousin has been groomed to be you can see, now you get to see and meet some of the supporting cast that's helped keep them focused, keep them righteous, and, just be there for them, help keep them alive. This is who he has to help him do so. So, it's awesome, man.
Awesome. That is such a blessing to have. A lot of people don't understand when you go off to college, all of these people around you have built you up to where you can be at the top of the mountain, but they're providing the foundation. And a lot of people fall off the mountain because when you go off somewhere, somebody else is the king of that mountain in that area. And you kind of got to knock them off to take the crown, but you don't have the supporting cast sometimes to advise you. So hang on to that support system. We used to have to have long distance phone calls, but you got the factory right there. Stick with these people right here because they're gonna guide you the right way because it's invaluable.
Hey, shout out to FAMU. Most of my family graduated from FAMU, brother.
Really?
Oh yeah, my grandfather.
Oh my goodness.
My aunts. Yeah, we have
they all still down there too. We all still down
there. FAMU.
That's what's up. My parents met freshman year at FAMU. Everybody in my immediate family went to FAMU, and that's just why I went, because it was a family tradition, and they kind of held me down. So
yeah, John Sauter, that's my grandfather, man. FAMU alumni.
Yeah. Okay.
6 degrees of separation. I like that.
That too. I think they met in college.
Hey, little Mike, what made you choose number 3?
What made me pick number 3?
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably say George, because he always number 3. That's basically it, George.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I always been 3 my whole life.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, you got to talk about the support system, and and that's what I told Big Mike. I mean, it's like a perfect storm, but I think even half of it, if not more, man, is nephew, man, Bubba's, man, because he has this character inside of him, man, that you see that he can carry himself in a manner that I can turn my back, and I know that he's straight, and to have that support system on top of that, but little Mike, man, he has a character inside of him, man, that also helped him get to this point,
That's awesome. I can tell the brother's got a little charisma with him, and he's very articulate. Yeah. But I can tell when he just first started talking, he just just came with it, Mike. And it seems like little cuz knows what's up here. Like you got your mind made up on what you are trying to do out here. You're not really open to a bunch of influences and all that. I don't see too much penetrating your armor. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, that's very essential. I call it tunnel vision, because for us to accomplish any of our goals out here, we can't worry about what's going on, all this, that, and the other. We got to focus on what we're trying to do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Mike, let me ask you, did you meet anybody along the way? I know you could probably name several, but maybe like 2 or 3 people besides Steph who you kind of talked to, who are in the league, who kind of said something that kind of impacted you in a particular way. Obviously, we know George, but along the line, people besides George and Steph who you might have had interaction with, who kind of shaped your mindset and kind of changed how you thought about things in terms of the basketball perspective about being a professional.
One person I do remember is Paul George.
Okay.
I remember when this is actually kind of recent, when George had his wedding, probably like two years ago, and I think Paul George actually remembered me from when George used to be a Pacer, and I used to be after the games and used to see all the guys, all the Pacer players. I remember when I played Paul George 1-on-1, and I'll never forget, he 360 windmill for game. Like, it was crazy. Like, yeah, I'll never forget that. But I think he remembered me. So when I saw him at the wedding, he told me I got a lot bigger, and he said one thing he told me is just like, you got to constantly work, because there's so many other people out there that are working while you're not working. So you just got to stay committed. So, I mean, it was something little, but it just, coming from him, and you see the credentials he has, all-stars, all that, you know what I'm saying? Right. So hearing that from him was, that's special for sure. But, but besides like even like NBA player, like I always ask like people that are just in college, like in general, like actually guys from Indy that just went through the freshman year, and just ask them what was the toughest things they went through, and just stuff like that. I always ask people that are like older than me, or like went through things that I already went through, and try to see some things that maybe I can do to avoid that, or just just mentally be prepared for it. So
that's the beautiful mindset on that, because a lot of people skip steps because they don't know what steps are coming next. But if you're asking people who are 1 year above you what they faced the previous year and take step by step,
you're
definitely on the right road. Definitely on the right road.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so you want to play for the Pacers?
I mean, I won't play for anybody. It don't really matter to me.
Right.
It don't matter to me at all.
I feel you. Just get that contract. Hey, I got to get one of Cincinnati shit, man. I got to get some of that Cincinnati memorabilia. I'll wear it on the show.
Oh, yeah, for sure. definitely just send the address, and then we can see your stuff for sure. I got plenty.
I need some of that.
Got you.
I'll be ready right now. I want my joint autograph too, little cuz.
I got
my joint autograph.
Don't sell it on eBay now. Don't sell it on eBay.
What's up? Biz, man, do you have any more questions, man? Do you have anything else you wanna?
No, honest truth be told, I just want to encourage you to continue going, the path that you're going, because a lot of times I think success doesn't look like the road to success doesn't look like what people from the outside think it's going to look like. So for everybody who gets to that point, there's always some kind of horror story where something went wrong. Maybe it's an injury, maybe it's somebody, got sick and they had a trouble. Like, just keep your eyes on the prize, brother, because you have the support system with you. And there's a lot of people who you may not know are looking up to you, just like you were looking up to George, and how you looked up to Steph. He was looking at somebody as well. And those are the people who he looked to for guidance. So just keep going, because literally you may not know it, but there's hundreds of people who are following what you're doing. And if you need anything, just ask people, and you'd be surprised how many people will help you when they see you're about trying to improve yourself. So that's all I would want to say to you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a question. My man, Al. I didn't mean to cut you off, but did you want to give a rebuttal to that, little Mike? Did you want to say something in regards to what you were saying?
Oh, do I want to say something?
Yeah, in the regards to what he was saying. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I definitely noticed when you ask a question like a personal question, like like what did they go through, even just about life, not even like about basketball, just just ask them like just a personal question. And a lot of times people will be willing to open up to you because they generally like care that you want to know something about their life. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I really notice is nothing wrong with asking questions. A lot of people would just want to be selfish and like, I don't need help from nobody. Like, I feel like I got it. But sometimes you do need some help because you're going to face things you've never been, faced up against. So it's always okay to ask questions from especially people like your elders. So that's one thing I'm learning is just to ask as many questions as possible about anything.
No doubt. If you ever come down here to Florida, I'm going to tell Shizzle to let me know, because I want to come check you out, because, everybody wants to be a part.
Down here. They used to go to the Wild World of Sports joint. Matter of fact, where they got the bubble at. Didn't y'all used to play Mike?
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, Orlando.
In Orlando, at the Wild World of Sports.
For AAU, for the league, for AAU tournaments.
Yeah, with the AAU. Yep.
I got two. If they let the season go, I have 2 conference games down there in UCF and USF.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's right up there. Yeah, definitely.
Both of those.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll be at both of those.
Yep. So
for sure. Well, 100%. I'll do live broadcasts if they let me. NCAA let me.
Okay, bet. Yep. Central Florida, South Florida. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we right there.
Definitely.
We right there by USF. Both of them. Our station is literally down the street from USF. Like, how far, Serge? How far are we away from the college?
Maybe like
10 minutes?
Maybe 7 minutes,
turns,
8 minutes
8
tops.
minutes.
Down Fowler, it's down Fowler, make the right on it's on the same damn near on the same street.
And we already got press passes to cover the little hall, the jersey retirement, so it shouldn't even be that hard for us to even get in there.
Oh, we'll be good then. We'll be there, Cuzzo. We'll be there.
Sounds good.
We'll be there for sure. Alfie asked the question: are you gonna pledge for any fraternities? Are you messing with any fraternities? Anything yet? You thinking about that, Lil Mike?
Fraternities?
Yeah, you ain't even thinking about that.
I love how he said that. His mind is on our business.
He said fraternity. We don't need
fraternities. What?
I'm
thinking about
I ain't really.
Alfie just texted me. Huh? What'd you say, Cuzzo? That NBA fraternity.
ABA fraternity.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell by that room he's focused. It just keep the focus.
Right. Yeah. Keep it.
Yes, exactly. Good question though, Alfie. But nah, because ain't thinking that. Nah.
Mike, what game?
Any of us? Go ahead.
Mike, tell me what part of your game you're currently working on. If you are, I mean, is there any certain aspects of your game you're working on currently?
The toughest thing that I kind of ran into right now is like, so our coach, the way our coach wants to play, like he wants to play full court defense the whole game, and then also we got to contest every shot. Like I'm talking about, you got to jump and contest every shot, and like if you don't contest, we running. Like I'm not like I feel like I'm a good defender, but playing like that all game. And you gotta contest shots. And you gotta know certain formations. You gotta know certain words on defense. Like we can't just say I got help. Like there's a certain term we gotta say now, and it's just tough defensively. And then I also gotta be able to run the offense. We had me went over like plays and stuff like that. So I gotta be able to talk on offense. Gotta know every set. They said we got like 60 plays, so I gotta know all that. So then not only I gotta play defense, I gotta play offense at a high level because we try to get up the court too in transition.
And you are the point guard. You gotta run the squad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta run the squad. So I just gotta run the show, and I think the main thing is I gotta be conditioned. Like I just gotta be, my body's gotta be right for that, for real.
Cuzzo, how's your J?
You said what?
How's your jumper? How's your J?
Oh, it's good. It's real good.
You red? You're 15. Where you most consistent at? You shooting deep, or how you 15 to 20 footers? Are you consistent? How that shot, Bubba?
I got work. I think I got work my mid range. Like for me, I just shoot either threes or layups. Like I don't really shoot no pull ups and stuff like that. So probably like a little.
You develop that.
Yeah, our coach though, he don't even want mid ranges. He wants threes and layups. Yeah, the way his offense is.
Yeah, that's his offense.
That's his offense. Yeah. His offense is straight. It's either you shooting a three or you get into the rim. Like he don't really believe in the middies at all. So yeah.
Is that like the college coach ideology on things of today?
Yeah, I think that's a lot of
that's a college mindset.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I think that's a lot of people's mentalities now because that's why. You said what?
Well, what's crazy is that you see that mid game in the playoffs in the fourth quarter. You see what I'm saying? You see that superstar shooting that mid range when it counts, when you need it. But it's really other than that.
What's his name? Livingston. You can live off that mid range.
Well, like KD. KD hit that mid range all fourth quarter for you in the playoffs.
He killing it.
That's when it matters. You know. You see that mid range then.
Hey, George got the mid range.
I mean, but George don't really shoot middies though. He only shoot threes and layups too. Yeah. That's the game for real though. That's really how the game is now. Is like there's certain players that do shoot mid ranges, but a coach will take a high 3-point percentage shooter than a guy that will shoot mid ranges. That's the honest truth now. That's being 100 about it.
You know what? You just gotta be nice deep then, huh?
You said what?
You just gotta be nice shooting from deep. They just practice your rep shooting deep. Basically.
Yeah, gotta be a good 3-point shooter. And
was that kind of like from Steph? Did Steph change that a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Steph for sure. He definitely changed the game for sure.
Yeah.
Who you think is next level with that? Your man from Atlanta, it seems like it's like next level with that three.
Yeah. I mean that's what everyone's shooting now. Yeah. Like literally, if you're not a good 3-point shooter, a lot of times they won't even like fool with you. Like you gotta be able to shoot now, or they just not gonna guard you, and that ruins spacing. So yeah, the game changed a lot. So I definitely gotta make sure I'm knocked down if I'm trying to get to the next level.
What about the free throws? The free throws are still important, right?
Yeah, of course. I was like 80% in high school. That's solid.
That's solid. Also, like you said, on fouls getting to the line. Mike's very good at that.
Yeah,
that contact. That's still too in the league.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing I don't want to lose is like, what my that's my bread and butter, is my speed. Trying to get into the rim and stuff like that. So that's why I always have defense at their mercy. So when I'm hitting shots too, I'm basically unguardable because there's literally not one person that can stay in front of me. Like there's no one. Like on my first step, like there's nobody. Like I genuinely believe that. Even I'm in the college level right now, and nobody can guard my speed.
How's your hesitation dribble before you continue penetrate?
That's what I do. Is the hezzies, change the pace, quick cross, quick between, like just stuff like that. That's what I really mastered for sure.
Hey, what about like the crossovers? Is the crossovers still in there like that? They still cross.
Yeah. I do more like I like in and outs more. I can do a cross. I like doing the in and outs though, but I can do crossovers too. I can do everything.
I know John
You said what?
I said I could do everything. Tell him, cuz
Yeah, I don't know if you still got it though. Do you?
Get that mid range, man. They not telling you everything because that mid range, you hit them with the heads and you could get all the way to the rim because the court shrinks so much when you're playing with athletic people.
Yeah, man, I thought that mid was always just in case they cut you off. When it gets too congested, you can pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just in case they cut you off.
But the system, I get the system, but you also have to develop what your mind tells you needs to be developed as well.
Right.
Yeah. Back when I was playing, big men go down low. Now big men all over the place. I'm 6'9", so like Durant, LeBron, those hadn't come yet. So now they everywhere and they got to be able to do everything. But I was told, get in the paint, big man. I'm following Tim Duncan, those types of players.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the like the Dirk Nowitzkis of the league hadn't hit. He gonna hit you from the foul line back to the basket. He can hit that over anybody, any hand. But it hadn't come yet. So whatever your mind tells you need to do, just do it because Tiger Woods was hitting golf balls in the rain when it was thunderstorming, and the dude was like, "Why are you out here?" He said, "One day I might have to play in these conditions." And they told him to do that.
Hey, no, Mike, check this one out. So, you're 6'1" guard. A lot of the guards are smaller, the point guards. So, do they still want you to back the little guards down or not?
I mean, I can, but like, I usually don't run into guards that are like smaller than me. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like rare. But I'm strong. I'm definitely strong. Like, I definitely can do that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really run into like guards like smaller than me, really.
So you don't really have to really work on the post game like that.
Nah, not really. I mean, I can, but like, yeah, not really.
I can dig it. Damn, the game has really
It's changed.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
it's changed. No, it's definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you got big.
Man, you running and gunning anyway in college a lot. They gunning. I see in college they still gunning.
Yeah, they ain't really even no traditional bigs like that no more either. You got bigs shooting threes now.
Analytics, about the stats, analytics. More shots you put up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so what you do for fun over there, little cuz? What you doing for fun? I know there's some things to go do. You got your little girlfriend, anything?
No, I don't got no girl.
Quarantine fun.
That's right. Look, that's right. No girls. We focus now. We focus on the NBA. No honeys. But what else you doing? You know what I mean?
I just play the game. Just listen to music I was in the gym earlier today. It's supposed to be our off day, but I just decided to go to the gym anyways. So I just try to stay.
Okay, so you listening to music. Who you listening to? What's Lil Mike rocking to when he got the earphones on? What you listening to?
I like Nipsey. I'm messing with Nipsey.
Yeah.
I love Nip. R.I.P. to Nip. Matter of fact, R.I.P. to Nip. It was his birthday yesterday.
I know.
R.I.P. Nip.
Yeah,
R.I.P. to Nip. R.I.P. to Nip.
No, I know that.
Yeah, Nip. Like Drake.
Go ahead, cuz.
Yeah, Drake.
Drake hard. I like Drake. I took a little minute to get used to the brother, but I love him now. Yeah.
And And then probably, a lot of like newer artists. I don't know if y'all know a lot of them though. There are a lot of new artists, like kind of my age.
We might educate us.
What you talking about? Cause you got
we might educate us.
That's what he's doing. That's what Cuzzo do.
Right.
I guess I give out that because my dad a little baby, and little baby not y'all age. Little baby like 20.
Like we heard of Juice WRLD before.
He said, "Who said?" Someone said Juice WRLD.
I heard of Juice WRLD. I just don't know his music.
Okay.
R.I.P. to
Juice WRLD too. I mess with Juice WRLD heavy.
He passed away.
I know.
Yeah, that's another one of.
Gunna.
Gonna call in the back.
Yeah, my mom.
Somebody passed me.
Nicole, what's up? Come talk to us.
Nicole, they calling you.
Yeah, there you go. Where she at?
Talk to us.
Hey, little Mike.
Yeah.
Tell me if you didn't play ball and you went to Cincinnati, what would be your major? What would you study?
Oh yeah, what you majoring in?
I said being like a veterinarian because I like animals.
Yeah, he's an animal dude.
But they said that major I would have no time to be able to do that because the way basketball is and the way it's set up here, there's no way I can do both. Like it's impossible.
So what you major in? What do you major in?
Oh, I'm in exploratory right now. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do.
Oh, so you're undecided?
Yeah, I got decide till my sophomore year actually. So we'll see. I'm still looking. I don't really know yet.
That's fine. You got time.
GPA up.
You got plenty of time.
Keep your GPA up so you got options. Because they're going to keep you eligible, but they may not keep you eligible to get what you want degree-wise. I actually tried to do broadcast journalism, and I thought it was a perfect thing. Talk about basketball or play basketball. But when I looked at what they wanted, I was like, my GPA was this, and they wanted this. And it was just like, okay, I can't go retake 70 hours of classes, but I was eligible. I just didn't have that high GPA like that.
Right.
Yeah, so look at those GPA requirements because they're paying you to play ball, but you have to have your plans too. You feel me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's mom at? Where's Nicole? Nicole, you here?
Right here.
Hey, we definitely got to salute you. You know, mom has helped keep things together, keep things solid.
Try to.
So, Mike, man, let them know, like, how close you and moms are, man. How moms really helped you get to where you're at. How essential she is. For real. I love my mom, too, but I said, there's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, like, my mom, she done everything for me. Like, everything. From, like, laundry, just take out the trash, doing dishes, all that stuff. Like, I didn't grow up doing none of that until, like, I left, go to Utah. Then I had to do all that. But, anything I ever needed, my mom was always there to, give it to me. You know what I'm saying? And she's always making sure I'm fine. She's very protective, which is good because,
moms ain't playing.
Salute the moms, boy.
People see the girl's scared of my mom. My mom has a reputation.
The girl's scared of my mom.
She has a reputation. But, yeah, I rather mom.
You kept them off, huh?
You said what?
I said mom's kept them off of you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. She got these cross court looks. Across the court, she can look at you a certain way. If girls turn around.
Yeah. But I'd rather have a mom protected than a mom that don't care at all of anything I can do. Like a lot of my friends I know. So I definitely love my mom. Love her for everything she do for me.
I like to check on them every day, make sure everything's going the way it's supposed to go. It kind of helps me mentally.
Yep.
I couldn't see it being any other way.
I ask them the same questions every day. He's like, yes, mother. Yes, mother. Every day.
So brothers and sisters, Mike, do you have any? We didn't talk about that. Some viewers don't know. Like, is there?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a little brother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he there, ain't he? He there, right, Mom?
Yeah, he in the room talking trash to some kids on Fortnite. You know how he do. Video games.
He's super smart though.
Yeah. My other little cousin. Hey, Mike, are you ever gonna cut it off, bro? Are you ever gonna cut it? You ever gonna cut it?
I mean, I definitely will cut it, in the future, but I don't really see a timetable yet. I don't know yet.
I don't think you cut it.
No, I will. No, I definitely will. I just don't know when.
He might switch it up for draft day.
Yeah, draft day. Surprise everybody.
So I want to see you little cuz rocking your mean blowout, bro. Do you ever get him braided up?
Yeah. I've done braids before, and I put my hair in a bun and stuff like that. Yeah, of course I try.
But it's the blowout, though.
The blowout? Oh yeah, I've done that too. I only do that though when I'm getting my hair recolored. That's the only time it'd be like blowing out like that. But I got a lot of hair. I got way more hair than it looks. But yeah.
That's what's up.
Really gonna stand out though when the season starts. He's just stand out.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Wayne?
I say definitely gonna stand out when the season starts with that hair. It's gonna be a good start for him.
Yeah, he already does. I feel about with the blonde blowout. You're like, damn, who's the fuck with that blonde blowout? It's hard.
Odell. It's the Odell hooping.
Yeah, that's the Odell right there. That's what I think. You put Odell. I think Odell cut his though.
He cut his though. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, he did cut it. They told him to get serious. They told him to cut it.
He got an endorsement deal out of that with Head and Shoulders though, so it worked.
Cut it for it. Hey, little Mike.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell the people, man, that you might not have already told them? Anything you want to say?
I don't really. I think I said everything. I don't think I missed anything. I went over everything. I really just want to say I appreciate everyone. I just really want to say I appreciate you guys, hosting me and, my dad and my uncle and always being supportive. You know what I'm saying? That goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate that. And, I'm just going to keep working. And just...
Yeah, brother. Hey, man, we blood. That's different. We family for real.
Right.
Yeah.
I got one because I don't get to ask too many questions. I don't talk to them too much. I got one more question.
No, because we really got time. We got plenty of time. I just didn't want to keep y'all on the line forever. We got plenty of time.
Because you figure you got a lot of Cincinnati fans watching too, so they got they're inquiring about their new team coming up. So like, little Mike, where do you see your team finishing this year if y'all do play based on all your competition in your conference?
I think definitely like top two. Like us, okay. I see us in Houston.
Yeah. What conference you in?
The American Conference, which is Houston, Tulsa, Southern Florida, Central Florida, Temple, SMU, Tulane.
Okay. Yeah.
Wichita State. Yeah, Wichita State.
Yeah, Wichita.
We used to have UConn. We used to have UConn. UConn just left this year. They're going back to the Big East, So yeah, East Carolina.
It's gonna be a lot of competition. Really good competition.
Yeah, no doubt. But we're gonna finish high though. We got a good team from top to bottom. And with Coach Brandon, he knows he wins wherever he goes. He wins. He just won last year, the regular season, first year.
Yeah,
championship.
Hey, so how y'all been gelling since y'all been practicing together so far?
It's been going good. We kind of, we all come from like different backgrounds, so we all trying to get to know each other. But I don't see no animosity nowhere. I think we're all
we're all
together. That's what I
thought
feel
we
like.
were a monthly massage. No.
So yeah, we're close. We getting there. We're gonna be solid.
What's up?
Let me ask you, Mike, because I know when I was in school, people from all over the country, in terms of what are some of the countries or states that the people who are on your team are from? Because it's a total melting pot when you go to a university. Do you know any people from different countries or different states that are like very far, like West Coast?
Yeah, we got a guy from Washington. We have 2 twins from Minnesota. We have a guy from New York. We have a guy from Michigan. We have a guy from Russia, Lithuania, a guy from Mali, Africa, a guy from England. And we have one dude from the area. So yeah, you see, we're spread out. We all over the place. So yeah,
that's all over the place. Hey man, who is your team sponsor? What team? Who?
Under Armour.
Okay. Under Armour. So Steph. Some Steph.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah, man. So honestly, Lil Cuzzo, do you think you're gonna be there your whole 4 years? Do you think so, or what you think?
Honestly, I feel like that. I'm being honest. I don't know if I want to be here all 4 years. I'm gonna leave a little early, maybe after 2, 3. That's me personally. If I'm being honest with myself, it's 2, 3, for real. But if it's 4, then it's 4. But I want to leave at least after 2, 3.
Cuz, you feel like you're gonna make it to the league, bro? You feel like you're gonna make it to the NBA in time?
I think so. I feel like I have no other option not to.
I believe
in my abilities, and I just believe like as a person too that I feel like I'm the right guy to achieve that dream. So that's the goal.
Yes, sir. Well, you definitely have all my love and support, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
Because hey, we all play ball.
Mm-hmm.
Your cuz play ball. I play ball. Your dad play ball. Wait, did you and Jonathan play ball? Wade muted. He on the move.
Say what? What you say?
Did you and Jonathan play ball?
We didn't hear you. A little bit. I play like little middle school 3-ball, 3-point shooter. 3-ball.
Wade played ball off of.
I don't know.
Milk crate.
Some of the homies
build up.
Some of the homies just showed up.
Phone board, bro.
Wait, who's these brothers? Who's these brothers right here?
These are my homies, business partners, Jay Perkins.
What up, homies?
My homie Futch.
Yo, what up,
They didn't jump in the car.
What's up, D?
We had a meeting before this.
We didn't mean to interrupt.
I've been in the car and they done popped in the whip. So.
We didn't mean to interrupt, but we played ball. Take this milk crate. Find you an electric post.
Hell yeah, the milk crate. Yeah.
What'd you say, Cole?
Nicole.
I didn't mean to get him in.
Was that you, Nicole?
In the car. They snuck in the car. I didn't mean to get him in the car.
Where you play ball at, James? Anywhere.
It's all right, brother.
Cut it out. Tack it up to the electric ball. We play ball. Dodgeball, soccer ball, whatever. We play ball in Indiana. Welcome to the Valley.
That's what's up.
That was the outro.
That
was the outro right there.
That was the outro, bro. All right, little Mike, man. Look at him growing out his little fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mike.
I hear you.
How old are you now?
I'm 18. 18.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep, just turned 18, July 19th.
A little young man, 18. Yeah, your birthday was last month. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I got him kicked out the car. I'm back. Jesus. Okay.
All right, man. Well, all right, brother. Oh, so you got the knuckles out the car?
Yeah. I shouldn't have locked the door. I had a meeting before this.
No, it's all cool, man.
But no,
it's all love, man.
I really enjoyed the convo.
Yeah. So, hey, Lil Cuzzo, Mike.
Yeah.
So, like, if the people wanted to follow you as a player and in college, and touch bases with you, check out who you're playing and stuff like that, is there like a website that they could go to, or do you have your own social media outlets for people to to follow you and stuff like that?
I don't have a specific website, but I have Instagram, Twitter that I stay active on there. Especially Twitter. Give it to him. Okay, so on Instagram, my Instagram is IAM_MSJ, 3 I's. And then on Twitter, I'm Ice Mike G3. That's my
Ice Mike G3.
Yeah.
And also, we are working on a website, an online store for the upcoming season. He could be selling some, hopefully, if it works out, some T-shirts and hoodies of his likeness. Of course, a lot of NCAA rules have changed. So we do have an IMMS 3 coming out, the website coming out soon too.
Hey, Cuzzo, so the players can put out merch? Like Lil Mike can go sell his some merch if he wanted to?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So look, let me show you a little bit.
Oh, that's changed.
Definitely changed.
So we're gonna shoot out. We'll put it on shirts and hoodies for upcoming season. Is the plan. So hopefully it'll work out. So he'll be one of the first athletes in college to sell his likeness for the new rules. We're gonna try to be one of the first pioneers of that.
I gotta have it. I'm gonna help y'all push that as much as we possibly can.
We're working on it right now. Hopefully we get it out before the season starts. We kind of timetable and time it up. But like Lil Mike's in charge, you know what I'm saying? This is all what he wants to do. He has all the decision making. Like I said, I like to be a support, what any one of my family's doing. So
hey, Lil Mike, man.
I gotta keep that out there.
Yeah.
Stay focused on running them plays. But with that business, hey, when you're ready to go with that merch, let me know. I'm gonna help you in any way that I possibly can.
Okay.
That's awesome. Because I think that the college athletes need to be receiving some type of residuals other than they're already receiving. So if they allow them to sell some merch, that's awesome. Because how it was before is you might go to Champs and see your jersey in Champs, but then you're going to spend $2 on a double cheeseburger and that's all you got in your pocket. So if they allow y'all to sell merch, that's a beautiful thing. Straight up.
We're taking advantage of that.
Yeah, we can test it out. So we see how it works. I think it's a good opportunity.
That's hard. I'll be the first one to wear. And then strappy cappies too. Throw it on a little strappy cap, man. Please, man. Man, you get all that popping. You know what I mean? Put the logo on the mask. You see how the masks are? You can have a whole Cincinnati University, all the little honeys. Oh, no, I love Mike. Got your mask on and all that. Man, please. Take that and blow it up.
It should be interesting, man.
Yeah.
That's hard. I did not know that they let collegiate athletes distribute their own merch.
I think it started this year, this season, the first year.
No, next year.
Oh, next year, okay.
Next season.
Okay. Oh, so yeah.
Okay, so this is something that they're going to do, that the NCAA is just passing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already passed it, but it doesn't start.
Okay.
Like you said,
it don't come in. Yeah, it don't.
Well, yeah,
it don't start.
They passed it, but it'll be. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
That's hard. That's hard.
That was the O'Bannon rule. I think the O'Bannon brothers had created that rule or got that going. I think
the O'Bannons.
Yeah, the O'Bannons, I think they did that.
Yeah, you remember what was it? Ed and Charles O'Bannon.
Ed and Charles,
UCLA.
Yeah.
Word. Also, they must be a part of the NCAA committee or something to make rules.
No, they're part of litigation. They're part of litigation to get that going against the NCAA. They're part of the team to get that going. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I remember Ed O'Bannon, the bald one. The bald one, he could shoot. He was hard. And then the younger one, he could jump. He had the hops.
Yeah. Yeah, none of them. They both didn't make it to the league. I thought one of them made it to the league. I'm not sure.
I thought Ed O'Bannon made it to the league. The bald one did.
Yeah, I know one made it. Yeah.
I thought Ed O'Bannon. Yeah. Biz would know. Yeah. That's our era. Didn't Ed O'Bannon make it to the league for a minute?
He didn't last long. If he did,
it was the bald one though, right?
Yeah, it was the bald one. It wasn't the one who had a Caesar or anything. Yeah, it was the bald one. Because he could jump, right? That was the one who could hop.
It was the younger brother that
what had
Charles O'Bannon. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know whatever happened to him. The younger brother. I know they both was doing anything at UCLA for that period of time.
Yeah, no, they was hooping. Did they win a championship or they just went to the Final Four?
I remember going to the Final Four though.
I think they went and won a game but didn't win the whole thing or something like that.
I think so too, but they just went to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Mike would know. Big Mike. Big Mike, you still on there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on.
You remember Ed and Charles that played for UCLA?
Yeah.
Okay, so back then, they just went to the dance, right? They just went to the Final Four.
Yeah, and I think Ed made it to the NBA though. Charles, did Charles?
Yeah, it was Ed, the bald one. Yeah. That's what we were saying. Mm-hmm.
I thought Charles did too though. I was trying to look it up. They both didn't pan out to be what everybody thought it would be, though.
Yeah.
Nah, hell no. But they could play UCLA for that time being.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, they went into this aspect of attacking them on the legal side in NCAA.
Yeah, so they went to the executive business route with it. Yeah. And I see a lot of that where cats that we didn't. We saw them as players, but we didn't know that they would be who they are today. Like, I didn't know Jalen Rose would be the awesome commentator that he is of today. You know what I mean? I still remember Jalen Rose with the baldy and talking, man. The Fab Five. You know what I mean? That's how I still remember Jalen. And just a lot of the ways the players have developed. Like, some of them got in the front offices. Like I said, some of them became commentators. I didn't know that they would do this afterwards. I didn't know some of the brothers was as articulate as they was and spoke the way they do. I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, wow, with some of these fellas. So that's awesome that they got into, the executive side of it to try to make some decisions. Try to help out the NCAA. Word. Because collegiate basketball makes billions of dollars, bro. They've been making mad money from a long time ago. And I don't know if they've been compensating these young athletes like they should be, So we have some brothers who's going to get in there and try to stand up for the rights for the collegiate athletes who are generating your athletic department so much revenue. Man, please, man.
Exactly.
Get in there and fight for the young fellas. Get them some bread.
Yeah,
it's awesome that they letting them sell some merch. At least they're giving them an option to be, to generate something.
Empower themselves, yeah.
Word. Go ahead, though, Mike. You look like you about to say something, because.
No, I'm not going to say nothing.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, well, man, I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer. You know what I mean? We've been chopping it up for a couple of hours. is there anything that any one of my cousins want to say before we get off the show?
I don't have too much. Appreciate you having us on, though. Good to just chop it up. You know what I mean? Just brainstorm on some stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for having us.
No doubt. Yeah,
so,
shout out to you, man.
If they wanted to, just like I asked Little Mike, if they wanted to follow the George Hill All-Stars, you know, the AAU league, how could they go about doing so, or get in touch with you there in Indianapolis, Mike?
We got Facebook. What's it? Wade G3 Rising Stars.
Yeah, Facebook is George Hill Rising Stars. Then we had Twitter, G3 Rising Stars. Yeah. And we're on Instagram, same way, G3 Rising Stars. But then we have our website that's like we talked about before. We're revamping that and making it more community based on top of the athletics. But that's also G3RisingStars.org as well. So it's all the same tagline on various social media platforms.
Okay.
So maybe we're always, as everybody else, we're always trying to increase our footprint in social media. So we'll be always adding content and more different avenues, you know, whether it be, you know, Instagram or whatnot. Parlor. There's a lot of new social sites out there.
Hey, Wade, I got to meet Sean. I finally got to meet my brother. Sean came to Florida a couple months ago, like a month and a half. You saw the picture?
I was asking you about that. Yeah, I saw the pictures, but we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I met Sean, bro.
How'd that work out?
He came down. It was awesome.
He's older than you, right?
It was awesome.
He's older than you, right?
I think Sean's a year or two older than me.
Okay.
But it was just great. It was great to actually meet him, and it felt like family. Like he felt like my brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And you know that's crazy because I've always been an only child. It's always just been me. So to feel that was kind of cool. Go ahead.
I never met him. Like I said, he went to North Central. Like you said, but in between me, you and I, Mike, Sean Harris. I think I've seen him, but I never really hung with him like that. But yeah, I know who Sean Harris is.
Sean?
No, I remember you showed me the pic, and I remember him from the pictures. And I remember seen him walk the hall. He's older than me, so I never really, interacted with him in high school. But I think he was there. Mike might be older than him too. So yeah, he's like right between me and Mike.
And you probably didn't know he was my brother, because I didn't know he was my brother just until recent, within the last few years through the social media thing.
Yeah. That's crazy. Was he in town, coming to town in general, or was he just there to see you, or was he just passing through?
His girlfriend had family that lived probably about 4 hours away from here, so he drove down.
Yeah, where you guys are in Tampa, right? Where are
My
you?
show's in Tampa. I live in Sarasota.
You in Sarasota?
I live in Sarasota. Okay. Yeah, like right over by the ocean and shit and stuff.
Yeah. Shit, we try to get down there too, man. With all this crazy COVID go away, we try to get down there and visit Florida. So we get to you soon. Sure.
Yeah. This COVID's got everything thrown off, man.
Everybody, you just can't do nothing, man. So just kind of hanging out in the meantime.
You see, I'm doing virtual shows. I could go to the station though, but just how things are out here. People stay quarantined and this social distance crap and all this stuff. It's not crap, but social distancing and all that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I ain't gonna take up too much more time, man. Lil Mike, man, stay awesome, stay focused. Keep working on that jumper. You know what I'm saying? What I mean? Just stay focused how you are, little man. I wish you the best, man. You'll be in the NBA.
That's the goal.
Keep pushing. Keep working hard. Stay focused. You'll be there.
Enjoy the journey, man. Enjoy the journey because you can't relive any of this stuff ever again.
Yeah.
So make sure you value it. And just reflect upon it because
that's one thing I said too. Is like when you're in college, man, it's not just we get to go to college. Just enjoy that campus life. We have to be 1 year, 2 years. it's a lot to ingest and learn from just being there, just absorbing it all. You know, I really enjoyed college when I was there.
Just enjoy. Yeah, man. Yeah. I look back on college. Man, it was fun and
man, it was crazy.
It was just, yeah. I couldn't stay a little bit more focused.
Yeah. You know? Don't say too much. We can't be like.
Yeah. Stay focused. Stay focused.
Yes, sir.
Stay focused.
If you come down here, I'm finding that way to that seat. I want to see you succeed and grow. That's great.
Yeah, appreciate it, sir.
For sure.
No doubt. Love y'all brothers, man. I'm gonna go ahead and Serge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we good. We can go ahead and wrap them on up, man. It's been a beautiful thing. And having family. This is my first show where I had my family on my show. So this is awesome.
Heck yeah, bro.
This is awesome.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, man, for sure. Best luck to you and your show, man. We're all proud of what you're doing. We all watching too. We fans of y'all down in Florida. So we want to see you. We seen you grow from where you started to iHeartRadio now. So man, definitely keep it up, bro. Because we definitely watching you, man.
The way you talking,
and we got ideas too. So we definitely gonna be collabing in the future. We've been talking a lot about different things. So it just takes time and patience. So
most definitely.
For sure.
Yes. Yeah, me and my cousins, we really talk. So, you know what I mean? All right, man.
All right, y'all.
Brothers, man.
All right,
y'all. Take it easy.
Yeah, Mike.
See y'all, man.
Yeah, man. That was awesome, Mike, man. Much love to you and Nicole. Wade, love you, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, man. Stay in touch like we do. I'll talk to y'all.
All right, brother.
Okay.
All right, brothers. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Biz.
Think he's gone.
Okay, cool. Wade, man. Peace, brother.
Peace.
That was awesome, Serge.
Yeah, it was, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, that's really my little family. Me and my little cousin's gonna go to the NBA.
Yeah, that's cool, bro. I like how he plays in the same conference as USF. So that's gonna be fun being able to go over there and check him out.
Oh, we're going. Yes, we're going. What is that conference? It's the ACC, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're ACC now. It used to be Conference USA. I don't know if it's still.
I think it's the ACC.
Yeah, I think they're ACC now.
Yeah. That's what's up. Oh, and isn't it the 30th? We got Fresh P coming. They doing that battle thing.
Yeah. They'll be doing the weigh-in on 30th. Yeah.
That's the 30th, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. So appreciate everybody tuning in to another edition of the virtual Shizzle Show for Ohio Facebook Watch. Shout out to iHeartRadio, WPIR 98.4 FM. And all of our other outlets that broadcast the Shizzle Show as well as our station for Ohio Radio. Much love to everybody out there. Salute to you, Serge. Keeping it moving how we do.
Yeah.
And that's what's up, brother. I'll holler at you.
Yeah, brother. We out!